Good morning, everyone. We've had a frustrating morning this morning, at least for me. All our kids are off to school now, but I thought I'd talk about the importance of advocating for our children, and that was regardless of what their needs are. But this happens to be in regards to one of our children who has some special needs. She is in 6th grade, started middle school this year. Elementary school was wonderful. The teachers, the school, everything. But the transition to middle school has been very difficult. Background, first day of school, we've had issues with the buses all along. First day of school, over an hour after school's gotten out, she's still not home. Mind you, we live less than 5 minutes from the school. We finally get a hold of the school because we can't get a hold of transportation, and then they get us into transportation and they put me on hold for a long period of time. When they come back to the phone, they say, she got on the wrong bus. And I say, well, how did she get on the wrong bus? The teacher should be putting her on the bus. She's not going to know what bus to get on. Mind you, she's in an all-inclusive special needs classroom and rides a special needs bus. And they said, well, the teacher told her to go to the bus, and she went to the wrong one. I said, why isn't somebody walking her to the bus? She's not going to know what bus to get on. So essentially they had lost her, and I was on hold for so long because they were trying to find what bus she was on. And the lady I spoke to at the office at the school said, don't worry, I'm going to fix this. It won't happen again. Needless to say, it happened with her just not getting on the bus at all multiple times. We've had to pick her up from school because they're just putting her in a random classroom after school and making her try to listen for the bus she's supposed to get on. She's not super capable of this. Maybe over time of the same bus and the repetitive she will be, but for the beginning of the school year, no. A new school, new teacher, new routine, no. In addition to that, the bus has been running with like a pickup or drop-off time that is so widely varied that we have to sit outside for an hour each time, which is really not feasible for us because we have multiple children going to multiple schools. Well, today, that brings us to today, her bus didn't come. We sat outside forever. And our younger son, who also rides a special needs bus to the elementary school, his bus driver came. And I asked her if she could call the other bus driver, figure out what time they're coming, just so we know. And the other bus driver says, I was already there early, about 15 minutes early. And I told her on Friday, she told my child, that this is the new time for the bus. Now, bus drivers aren't privy to the special needs of the children on their bus outside of their needs for the transportation and what they might need to know for the transportation. So mind you, she doesn't know exactly what my daughter's needs are. However, you know she's on a special needs bus. Why are we relaying information through her? Of course we didn't get this information. So she missed her bus this morning. I was fortunate enough that my son's bus driver went ahead and took her to school for me. But I'm going to go to the school today and talk with them because how scared she must feel when she doesn't know where to go, or nobody's telling her anything, or she's just sitting and waiting and she's not sure. Mind you, this is one of the 3 children that we adopted from a pretty significant history. She's been with us, we've had custody for not quite a year and a half, and she's fully legally adopted, but she has a lot of trauma in her history, and in addition to her needs. So I just want to get over the importance to all those parents out there and caregivers that we advocate for these kids and what they need, and make sure that they're in situations that are not scary or uncomfortable for them, that meet their needs in the best way. Anyway, rant over. Have a great day.